we said a year ago when we talked about Pereira, you know, he's only been in the UFC 3 years, and now we sit here. He still has less than 4 years on the roster.
He could be a 3-division world champion for the first time.
Alex Pereira wasn't supposed to make it this far. A 34-year-old kickboxer with almost no grappling background, walking into the most dangerous mixed martial arts organization in the world.
Hello guys, now it's official.
And somehow conquering it all. He's not the most athletic, he's not the youngest, and yet as much as his success seemed unlikely, as much as the odds were stacked against him, and as much as the story, on paper, seemed just too good to be true.
Alex Pereira versus Andreas Michailidis. They're going to fight the choke for about 40 seconds, but eventually Andreas is going to hit him with the old switcheroo, get the rear naked choke in the first round. I'm calling a big upset for Michailidis in Pereira's debut.
Oh! He is the most dangerous and destructive champion in the sport today.
But UFC 320 wasn't just about Pereira. It was about survival, adaptation, and fighters proving that resilience still matters. Jiri Prochazka rose from the dead, again.
Because my coaches told me, like, man, you have to win this round. You have to knock him out. And then I started to realize how to do that.
Merab Dvalishvili is making dominance look too easy.
I can shake when I'm like, let me take him down, like, I need a record, you know?
And Pereira, he might have just cemented himself as a once-in-a-generation anomaly.
Fighting Business is one of my favorite new channels going right now.
Thank you to the Fighting Business, absolutely amazing.
Jiri Prochazka versus Khalil Rountree. For 2 rounds, it looked like Jiri Prochazka was finished. Rountree's power was overwhelming. His pressure, his body shots, his kicks, everything was landing clean. Jiri looked lost, out of rhythm, and literally on shaky legs. But that's the thing with Jiri. You never truly have him figured out. He's the exact representation of controlled chaos. You can dominate him, you can hurt him, but you can't break him. And that's his biggest weapon. In the middle of the 3rd round, Rountree had thrown his entire arsenal, but Jiri hadn't budged. And this is where it gets scary. Khalil had realized he had nothing left, but that wasn't even the worst part. Jiri sensed it. Prochazka started walking Rountree down with no respect for his power. He had eaten everything, and now it was his time to do the damage. The pressure Jiri began to apply was suffocating, and for a tired Khalil Rountree, that's the worst possible nightmare. Because what finished him wasn't the punches, the kicks, or even the elbows. It was the relentless, non-stop pressure. The feeling that no matter what he threw, Jiri was still there, walking him down, absorbing everything, and refusing to fade. That's what truly ended the fight. Not Jiri's left hand, but his will.
Like he said, when the blood war will come, it will be necessary. And for me, it was necessary to be really in the game, to really want it.
Jiri Prochazka doesn't fight to outpoint you, he fights to outlast you. And it's becoming clearer and clearer that his entire style relies on something few fighters can match: durability and faith in chaos. He allows his opponent to spend everything early, trusting that when the storm passes, he'll still be standing. And that's exactly what happened. Rountree looked phenomenal, but when fatigue kicked in, Jiri took over. It's almost primal. He drags you into deep waters where only he can breathe. And now, with another highlight reel knockout, Jiri is back in the title conversation. He hasn't lost a fight in 10 years to anyone not named Alex Pereira. The problem is, Pereira's still here, now more dangerous than ever. And for Jiri, it's almost impossible to reach him. Merab Dvalishvili versus Cory Sandhagen. There's a difference, though, between outright chaos and dominant chaos, and Merab Dvalishvili is the perfect example. Jiri's chaos is wild, it's reactive, unpredictable, and gets wilder with a back and forth, but Merab's chaos is engineered. He doesn't wait for you to get tired, he makes you tired. If you watched my video about the Caucasus fighters a while back, you already know what kind of energy these guys bring. It's different. It's not just skill, it's obsession, discipline, and something deep inside you can't teach.
Dude, you're running? Jim, why are you running? You just won the belt 2 days ago.
It's not, he got me here where I am now.
And at UFC 320, Merab showed it again. Outside of the first round where Cory looked sharp and composed, it was one-way traffic. Merab's pace, his pressure, his relentlessness, it's almost funny at this point. I've said it before, but Merab doesn't just outwork you, he drowns you. By the end of the second round, after knocking down one of the best strikers in the company, he was pounding away with ground and pound that almost ended it right there. And from that point on, it was just control, top pressure, and dominant chaos on repeat. Honestly, it wasn't surprising. It was just confirmation that Merab has reached a level where greatness looks predictable.
Against the likes of Jose Aldo, Piotr Yan, Henry Cejudo.
Nobody does that to Henry. Picked him up like he was a rag doll, walked him across the cage and dumped him.
And that's kind of the problem at bantamweight right now. No one feels interesting anymore. O'Malley, Umar, Yan, Song, whoever, they're great, but none of them seem ready for this version of Merab. He's not just a cardio freak anymore. He's a machine that believes he's unbreakable. And I don't know who can prove him wrong right now.
It's an honor to fight you. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna get you next time. Hey, you're an animal.
End of the 5th round, you got me.
I know. You got me good in the second. You almost finished me. I know.
I thank you, man.
All right, yeah.
Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev 2. Between Jiri and Merab, we saw two sides of pressure, one chaotic, one controlled. But Pereira's version is different. It's silent, it's patient, and against Ankalaev, it was deadly. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev, a matchup that, at least on paper, should have been Pereira's biggest nightmare. A Dagestani fighter, elite grappling, elite composure, and an undefeated streak that lasted over a decade. This was supposed to be the moment reality caught up to Pereira. But somehow, it didn't. Because Alex Pereira refuses to go away. From the opening seconds, Pereira took the center and never gave it back. No hesitation, no feeling out process, just pressure. Measured, calculated, but relentless. He wasn't reckless, he was precise. Every feint, every step forward had intent, and you could feel that Ankalaev was already on the defensive. The way the fight started, it was just a matter of time. After a few minutes of scary pressure, Pereira found his shot. Not a left hand this time, but a right hand that shook Ankalaev's entire body. He dropped down to his knees and tried to grapple, but the fight was already over. One shot, one mistake, and it was over. And that's what makes Pereira so terrifying. He's not even supposed to win these fights. He's 38, he's a striker with minimal wrestling, and he's fighting these monsters who should be able to smother him. But he keeps proving everyone wrong.
That's it!
Alex Pereira has done it again!
You cannot stand in front of that man!
He's the anti-MMA formula. He breaks every rule the sport teaches you. And yet, here he is, knocking out guys who were supposed to expose him. What I find so impressive isn't just the power, it's the composure, the calmness, the fact that even after losing to a Dagestani, even after people started saying his time's up, he came back with one of the most dominant wins of his career. And it feels poetic, because Pereira doesn't fight like a man trying to hold on. He fights like a man who knows his story still isn't finished. At 38, he's smarter, more composed, more efficient than ever. His opponents are getting younger, stronger, faster, but Pereira's getting colder. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it in the sense that nothing phases him anymore. He's seen it all. He's not supposed to be here, but he is. And he's not leaving anytime soon.
I have had the tremendous pleasure to come to you guys for 7 years. 7 years there has not been a pay-per-view domestically that I haven't been at, and I share it from that perspective to let you know, because sometimes you gotta be there, right? So I'm trying to bring that to you, not trying to brag, but I have simply never been in a building that had the kind of reaction that T-Mobile had tonight for Alex Pereira.
UFC 320 reminded me why I love this sport. Because it's not just about who's younger, faster, or technically better. It's about who can adapt, who can suffer, and who refuses to quit. Jiri Prochazka showed us that chaos still wins fights. Merab Dvalishvili showed us that discipline can look inhumane. And Alex